Almost. Okay, so BK has indicated that he's almost down to closing the voting. One more minute. And once he indicates closure, then we can start our session. Okay, it's 2:30. I've seen the election chair go, so PK closed. Okay, so the EC election votings have closed as indicated by the chair. So we'll start the third session of the AMM. The first presentation I have. Or should we wait another 5 minutes? Or George Michelson is, I think, doing the next presentation, but probably wait a few minutes. Or what? Let's wait 5 minutes, George. 5 minutes for emailing, Facebooking, Twittering, or tweeting. That's the right term. We close the voting already. I give 5 minutes.
No. That will take 1 hour.
Okay, the self-imposed 5 minutes of buffer and delay has now cleared, I guess. So we'll go start. George Michelson will present a report on the BOF we had earlier in the week on data gathering and analysis. And looks like from the slide it's on behalf of Sophia, who has left. Thank you, George.
Hello everyone. Sophia apologises for being unable to present in person, but her flight meant she had to leave the venue early. We have been holding BOFs continuously on this area since about 2016. Our goal is to try and explore what are the ideas that would usefully help all of us if we gathered and analysed some data and offered it back to the community. This particular time, the BOF was held in this room. It was a very large space. There was a quite low level of energy and participation in the room, and it's hard to feel that we have a sustaining engagement moment. I think the BOF is important and we need to continue this activity, but Sophia and I have been talking and she feels very strongly we need to try and restrike a balance, maybe use smaller venues, maybe provide some more engagement moments to make something feel a bit more happening, because it was really a very quiet session. It was mainly presentations from the podium to the floor rather than a BOF moment where people engage. So Sophia presented on APNIC product work that is relevant in this space, particularly information and analysis tools to help with understanding malicious traffic that originates from people's networks, and also what we're doing to measure uptake in IPv6 and related activities in people's networks. Tim Brunels from NL Net Labs presented a long-term study he has been running on the rate of uptake in RPKI. This is a very interesting moment because we are early in the life of this technology. So starting measurements now mean we will have a very good picture of the long-term trajectory of how this progresses worldwide. And Anurag from Hurricane Electric talked about some of the challenges he has faced constructing route filters. And that led to some conversation about the bogon problem, which has been a topic of conversation in other rooms, not just in the BOF. And we actually did talk about the potential for the role of an AS0 rower in this space in order to publicly repudiate some of the bogons. So thanks everyone who was participating, and we hope to see you again next time with the next version of the BOF.
Thank you, George. Okay, the next presentation is on the IPv6 deployment session, and Kenny is going to do that.
Good afternoon. I'm going to introduce APNIC IPv6 deployment report on behalf of the section. Okay, it was taken on Tuesday, 26 February, 2 days ago. And the agenda including, we have 6 speakers, including SK Telecom, presented by Han-Woo Lim. He introduced IPv6 deployment and challenge in 4G and 5G, and initiative for IPv6-based internet in Japan, introduced by Akinori Maruma-san. And also CHT Chunghwa Telecom IPv6 deployment status, presented by Chunghwa Telecom Min Hong Chi. And next one will be fixed IPv6 issue, a user story, presented by Tashi from APNIC. And then next one will be IPv6 deployment in IoT, introduced by Judy Palais. And also the last one will be Taiwan IPv6 deployment status update by Jinghen Gu. There are around 80 attendees in this section. So first speaker from SK Telecom introduced IPv6 deployment and challenge in 4G and 5G. SKT is a South Korean #1 mobile network operator. So Lin shared some SKT IPv6 deployment status, and also SK KT IPv transition process and its challenge for UE network, telecom system, and internet service verification. Akinori introduced the initiative for IPv6-based internet in Japan. Starting from year 2008, there's a project called Task Force on IPv4 Address Exhaustion in Japan. Right now, they rebrand and change to Initiative for IPv6-based Internet. The purpose for the initiative is to arm the establishment of the suitable technical, social, and economical infrastructure now relying on IPv4 but based on IPv6 by 2025. And Chunghwa Telecom introduced IPv6 deployment status. Chunghwa Telecom is a leader of the IPv6 capable rate in Taiwan ISP, including the mobile network and fixed network. And so Mr. Xu shared the content CPE 3G SN issues of IPv6 promotion. Chunghwa Telecom has earned a recognition for IPv6 promotion. And next one, and Tashi from APNIC introduced fixed IPv6 issue user stories, and Tashi shared a BT successful story, and including the IPv6 capable increase from 4.9% up to 16.08% after fixed the issues. Judy Palade introduced IPv6 deployment specific in IoT, so he explained why we need to use IoT with IPv6 and share some protocols and new advanced protocol and challenges of IoT and IPv6, and also show the Web of Things architecture. The last one, presented by Jingheng Gu from Pinic, introduced Taiwan IPv6 deployment status. And we have 3 common measurement criteria in Taiwan, including IPv6 allocation, BGP advertisement, and user availability, service availability. So Taiwan IPv6 user availability grows rapidly in year 2018, last year, starting from 0% penetration up to 35% penetration. So now Taiwan IPv6 grows pretty rapidly. Oh, that will be end of my presentation. Any question?
Okay, that's a quick presentation. Thank you, Kenny.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we now have a presentation from Mr. Brajesh Jain talking about ICANN NOMCOM outreach, or well, basically doing an outreach for the ICANN NOMCOM 2019. Oh, this is the wrong slide. Not here.
Should I come later?
No, it's okay. You can go.
Thank you, Gaurav. And I thank the community for giving me opportunity to work as an RONC and or ASOAC. And I am the representative of ASOAC in nominating committee of ICANN. Now, as we know, sorry. So just to give the feel of the diversity of NOMCOM, this is the 2019 ICANN NOMCOM team. Just to mention to you, each NOMCOM works into a complete silo, and we are not expected to discuss what happened in 2018, and I would not be at liberty to discuss next year what happened in 2019. That's number one. Number two, present phase is the outreach phase up to 22nd March, by which the applications have to be put in. Please remember, NOMCOM's task is not to nominate anybody. NOMCOM's task is, out of the applicants list slate, we are expected to choose the best suitable candidate for the respective positions. Now, NOMCOM itself constitutes of 15 voting members. One comes from ASO-AC, one CCNSO, 7 come from GNSO. GNSO, as you know, that it has got registry, registrars, business users constituency, small, large, non-commercial users, ISP, intellectual property. There is an intellectual architecture board member for IETF. At large committee constitutes of 5 NOMCOM members, one from each region of ICANN. And interesting thing is, there is a leadership chair, chair-elect and associate chair, and all the chairs are completely non-voting. Their role is to guide, to assist, to follow the process. And there are 3 non-voting members, which is SSEC, RSSEC, and Government Advisory Committee GAG member. Now, why they are voting or non-voting, that is historical, and I think at some point in time, this is under review and something may happen. Now, this year, what are the positions to be filled by 2019 NOMCOM? We have this year Public Technically Identified PTI, which emerged out of the IANA transition. 1 seat is available for 3-year term. PTI should be the focus for the basically technical identifiers, and I'm sure this region should be able to produce some applicants and candidates for this post. ICANN board, one of them is already, Kinari Swan presently sitting here. It has got 8 seats to be nominated by NOMCOM. Every year, 3 or 2 seats come. So this year, there are 3 seats for 3-year term. Just to mention, ICANN have the regional limitations that from each region, there will not be more than 5 persons, and at least 1 person has to be there from each ICANN region. Region what I am mentioning is slightly different from RIRs, but that is the ICANN regions. And so this year, as I understand, that from the America region, all the 5 seats are full, so probably all 3 seats have to come from the non-America. This will of course be confirmed later, subject to the persons who are nominating accepting the situation. We have a GNSO council, 2 seats of 2-year term, and this is from the non-contracting party house for the voting, and voting seat, contracted party house. At large committee, we have 3 seats, 2-year term. This year, we have got Asia, Australia, and Pacific Island, 1 seat for Africa, 1 for Latin America and Caribbean island. There is a CCNSO council, 1 seat, a 3-year term. Of course, a distribution of ICANN board members. Now, description of positions, while you will be able to read on the more detail, a board of directors ICANN exercises the powers of ICANN, controls its property, directs its business. Directors are duty bound to act in what they reasonably believe are ICANN's best interests, not as representatives of the entities that select them. This is a very important sentence. Just because a constituency has elected them, yes, they know the subject, but they are for the ICANN, for the whole body, or their employers, any other organization or constituencies. Directors are expected to support ICANN mission, pursue ICANN's core values. Nominating committee selects 50% of the board, as I said before. At large advisory committee. The elect gives advice on ICANN activities related to the interest of individual internet users. Elect members may represent their individual interests or the interests of not-for-profit entities. The NOMCOM chooses 5 elect members, as I said before, Please remember, for example, ALAC would have council members elected by ALAC itself, but they always give few seats to the NOMCOM who are supposed to bring the fresh insight and so that ALAC or council functioning becomes better. Similarly, GNSO develops, recommends to the board substantive policies for GTLDs. GNSO council consists of various constituencies. As I said before, NOMCOM chooses 3 council members who serve staggered terms. Along with the GNSO, we know that CCNSO exists, which are the specific country, for example, .in, .jp, and these domains which are given to the economy based. CCNSO develops and recommends to the board global policies for country code top-level domains and develops consensus across the ICANN community. CCNSO promotes operational technical cooperation among CCLD managers. It administers the affairs of CCNSO and manages the development of policy recommendations. NOMCOM chooses 3 council members, but please see there is a 3-year term, so every year 1 post will come up for nomination. PTI is the board of directors. It's a non-profit public benefit corporation that operates exclusively to carry out purpose of ICANN by performing IANA functions on behalf of ICANN pursuant to a series of contracts with ICANN. IANA functions performed by PTI are domain names, number resources, and protocol parameter assignments. PTI's board of directors manages business and affairs of PTI. Members of PTI board consist of 3 members employed by ICANN or PTI and 2 members nominated by ICANN's nominating committee, not employed by ICANN or PTI. NOMCOM selects 2 seats, but since the 3-year term, every year either 1 seat or no seat comes for the NOMCOM. 2018 NOMCOM timeline. In the ICANN 63 Barcelona, every year after AGM at ICANN AGM, NOMCOM gets seeded. And after that, the phase of candidate outreach comes. That is the phase I am in. I am standing before you that to encourage to apply. And candidate application period this year is closing on 22nd March. Then there is an intersessional in between to select the first round, and then a second round takes place. And ICANN 65 Marrakesh, NOMCOM is expected to make the final selections and then hand over list to the ICANN legal and whatever for their vetting. And somewhere 2 months prior to ICANN annual meeting, selectees are to be announced. Normally, NOMCOM appointments come to the last so that if any regional balancing is to be done, that NOMCOM is supposed to do. And of course, 2020, NOMCOM will get seated in ICANN 66 Montreal. While the time available is less, why you should join the ICANN board? So ICANN board members speak in this newly released video on ICANN's YouTube channel. Here is the URL. It's a fairly longish, so I will probably skip it. As I told before, application period closes on March 22, 2019, 23:59 UTC. And you are encouraged to please read requirements and apply here. And of course, it has got various social media and other pages. ICANN, tweet, Facebook, YouTube, Flickr, LinkedIn, SlideShare, and sound, these things there. And thank you for attention so far. I'm open to any questions or suggestions. Thank you.
Akino Maimura, one of the ICANN board member. Two things I want to add for this. First of all, thank you very much, Burgess, for your service at the nomination committee. That's really, I know that this is a really high load role, but a really important role. And then your participation from the ASO at the nomination committee is really appreciated. Thank you very much. Second part, I would encourage you to, eagerly thinking about, apply yourself into this leadership position. It is really important for the ICANN to have the competent, capable people in the leadership position. And then actually this is the fact that there is a very few people are, get on to that leadership position from the Asia Pacific region. So, the Asia Pacific region to provide such expertise to the ICANN leadership position is really important. And then ICANN is not only doing the domain name thing. At the board, of course, a lot of things is for the domain name thing, but still, we need to think about the entire internet ecosystem. And then PTI board is thinking about IANA. So it is really critical, even for the numbers committee. So I encourage you to think about that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Akinori, for helping in further increasing the outreach and encouraging the community members to consider, at least read the website and consider putting in the application, which allows NOMCOM to get the good slate of candidates from which good persons hopefully get selected to the ICANN. That's all from my side.
Thank you. Thank you, Pradesh, for your work in the ICANN community on behalf of the APNIC and your role on the ASOEC. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gaurav.
Okay, now we are going to have the APIX, Asia Pacific Internet Exchange Association, presentation by Ajay Tripathi, who is the member of the steering committee of APIX.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Ajay Kumar from Mumbai Internet Exchange. I am going to share APIX update on behalf of steering committee members. So, what is the APIX? Few people think that it's like an internet exchange. It's an association of internet exchange for the Asia Pacific, similar to EuroIX or other IXs. It was formed in 2010. So why association is required? Because internet exchanges do the same business, same problems. So for this reason, we thought that it is important to discuss the issue and resolve within other internet exchanges. The current SC members are from Japan, India, and Equinix has multiple internet exchanges. So from Asia Pacific, we can say, and IIX, 2 members from Indonesia. So we had an election here because 3 SC members' positions are vacant. We have a policy that any members cannot continue forever. So after 4 years, there should be a cooling period of 1 year. We had 30 internet exchanges as members, we covering 18 countries. On this year, we added 5 internet exchanges and 1 country. So we added 1 member from India, Amravati Internet Exchange, JBIX from Malaysia, and MMIX, Myanmar Internet Exchange. That is very new. It is good for that country, and thanks support from APNIC, they opened the internet exchange. And Roku IX from Japan, and TWIX from Taiwan. What are our region issues? We have to increase our membership continuously. Website need to be improved. We have done the modification in the bylaws. So, although we are not legal entity registered so far, but we follow our bylaws. As per the bylaws, if no member pays the membership, as per current rules, they can elect or nominate the members. However, on this meeting, member decided that if membership is due, they cannot nominate or vote. For this right, they have to pay all dues. So we had 2 meetings. Thanks to APNIC for support, for providing venue and other logistics. So we have collected the membership from last 2 years. Most members has already paid for this year membership. We asked the volunteers to improve our website. So 5 members has proposed to volunteer on improving our website. So as per the new election held on 24th February, so 3 new members has been selected. We received 3 applications, 3 posts was vacant, so we had a vote of confidence, and Rupesh from Nepal IX, Vivin from Mumbai IX, and Tom from New Zealand IX has joined this SC committee. So we are thinking that, and we believe that new faces should come and improve the association. That's why my term is over. I have not proposed for this election. So we are also doing peering Asia, like GPF or EPF, Global Peering Forum, or European Peering Forum. We thought that it is very important to have peering events. Last year, we had this event in Hong Kong with the help of HKIX and HKNOG on 24th to 25th October. Thank you to all sponsors and hosts. Without that, we could not done this successful event. So we started 2017. So 114 ASN and 239 attendees was there from Japan. So last year we increased the number. 149 AS numbers and 328 attendees. Both has increased. If you see the attendee list, 279, 85% attendees was from Asia Pacific, and 26 attendees from North America, 8%, and remaining 22 and 1 from Africa. We do survey also, that whatever we are doing, there is a chance to improve. So based on survey, everyone appreciating that we should continue on doing this, and they are saying that we will attend future events also. So we have decided that Peering Asia 3.0, that will be hosted at KL in Malaysia, and host is Malaysian Internet Exchange and Malaysian Network Operator Group. Thank you for proposing and looking forward for support and sponsors. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajay. Thank you to the APIX committee. and contribution to the Apricot and the APAC community.
Thank you.
I don't see anyone queuing up. Oh, I see there. So,
Brajesh Jain, thank you, Ajay, for a presentation. Could you just help that one or two or 3 points, key points, which you have considered in your deliberations at APIX meetings or in the peering Asia?
So in the APIX meeting, we had a detailed discussion regarding the IXP manager and what are the tools, how we can improve our internet exchange platform. The one most important, the security. So we had a presentation from ISOC for Manaras and how to implement and what are the challenges and how to promote. And we have also discussed the bylaws modification, which I have already covered. And peering Asia, on peering Asia, that is very important for one-to-one discussion, for promoting the ecosystem of partnership, that peerings. So I will be happy to answer if any more question is there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you, Ajay. Thank you, Mr. Jain. Next, I have Tony talking about our next meeting. Tony is presenting on behalf of APNIC in Thailand.
Thank you, Garab. So our next meeting will be in Chiang Mai in Thailand in September. As Garab mentioned, our hosts APNIC Foundation and TISPA, which is the Thai Internet Service Provider Association. So the dates to remember, the conference will be from the 5th to the 12th. So workshop week 5 to 9, conference 10 to 12. Registration will open in April, as will the call for papers, but fellowships will be open in May, so keep an eye out for those announcements. The venue for the conference will be in the Le Méridien, Chiang Mai. This is in the heart of the night market district, so there'll be plenty for you to do. In the evenings after the conference sessions are over. And as you can see from this map, in the middle is the Le Méridien. In the area we have a number of accommodation options. So there is the Movenpick Hotel across the road, the Dusit Princess around the corner, and the Duong Chuan Hotel also around the corner. All four are within 3 minutes walking at max. So there's plenty of options for you to stay when you come to Chiang Mai. Visa requirements of Thailand. The good news is many nationalities will enjoy visa-free travel to Thailand. For those of you who do need a visa, you don't need a business visa or a work permit. It's literally just a tourist visa or a visitor visa, which should make things easier. But to check on your visa requirements, these slides are on the Apricot website. If you click that link, it will take you to the Thai Ministry of Foreign Affairs website, and you can check there whether you require a visa or not. So, save the date. It's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful part of Thailand, Chiang Mai. And we have a short video which we'll play now just to give you a taste of what's to come. So hopefully we'll see you all there. Thank you very much.
I don't think there are going to be any questions. No, thanks, thanks, Tony. Now it's time for open mic. Looks like we don't really have anything. Let's check online. Okay, I think we will move ahead because I do not see any questions. So Paul will go on and do the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Garib. As we come to the end of the AGM, it's important to say thanks to the people who help us to make these meetings possible. The events wouldn't happen without the support and sponsorship of the that comes into Apricot itself as the event that we're gathering within here, and also without the support that comes directly to the APNIC AMM. So I think we all know the hosts of the meeting are KISTI, the Korean Institute of Science and Technology Information, who is based in Daejeon, and that's why we're here in this city, and also the Ministry of Science and ICT of Korea. For the AGM itself, we have got our usual returning sponsors, and in the form of CNNIC, JPNIC and TWNIC, who come back each year, and that's really very much appreciated. And also an old sponsor, but a new one for this day, PH Colo, and Judith from PH Colo has joined us again for the first time in a little while, so welcome and thanks again to you, Judith. It's fantastic to have the support from these four organisations, so let's give them a hand. Thanks. The hackathon, the second hackathon, which Sunny spoke about before, a great success and supported by Facebook. Thank you so much to Facebook for that. Also, the long list of people who help, mostly on a volunteer basis, to make this meeting happen. So the policy SIG chair and co-chairs, Sumon, and congratulations to you on your re-election, Bertrand and Ching Heng as well. The NIR SIG chairs, Sen Yu, co-chair and acting chair, and congrats to Billy as the new chair of the NIR SIG. The Cooperation SIG, Dr. Govind as the founding and so far long-standing chair of the SIG. Thank you very much as you end your term, Dr. Govind. Vikram as the co-chair, and Joy Chan for volunteering and putting herself up to be the ongoing chair of the Cooperation SIG. Others for the hackathon, thanks very much to the participants. I mean, there's actually quite a lot of work and intensive work, as we heard about, that goes into the hackathon. But there were also moderators, jury and sponsors, Facebook, as I mentioned. All of the speakers and the moderators, thank you to all of you. Thanks. And it doesn't end there. The EC election chair, BK Kim, who's come back to APNIC after many years. He was, many years ago, he was a member of the APNIC EC and has come back to help us as election chair. Thank you, BK. Ingrid and Arthur, our friends from the RAR community, who I guess are not in the room because they're busy scrutinising the election counting process at the moment. Nikki and Catherine from who are our steno captioners, doing magic as usual. Often not much seen in the crowd here, but very much on the screen, as you see. Apricot board, who helped to make the selection of this site and who we work with closely in running this meeting. The APNIC EC, of course, the staff of APNIC, who I'd ask the staff who are here just to give a wave. There'll be a few in the room, not quite a majority of the crowd, but thanks to all the staff who are here in the room and also who might be outside and assisting with other things for making this event a success this week. Are our colleagues, guests, and most important, everyone who's attended, who sat through this quite long sort of 3 sessions of APNIC AGM, and also those who are participating remotely. Thank you all for your support, for your presence, and for your patience, your attention, and your interest in what's been happening here at the AGM today. You can stay in touch with APNIC here on blog.apnic.net, and there's a whole list of links on apnic.net/social that'll take you to our range of different social network services. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. We are about half an hour ahead of schedule right now. And obviously, until the election committee is done with the vote counting and the results are ready to be published, we can all sit here and do our emails or have an open mic or a variety of things. But for the purpose of the AGM, I would just officially suspend it for the next 30 minutes. Just take a break while we wait for the election results. And we'll convene back here when the results are ready to be shared. And it might not be exactly at 15:50 or 3:50, which is half an hour from now, or it might be a bit later and when it works. We will convene. If it is after 4, then we'll just meet here at 4:20 before the start of the closing plenary session, and just do it at that time. Tony, that's okay with you? I mean, if we don't get results by 4 o'clock, then I would not reconvene. We'll just reconvene at 4:20. And then continue on with the Apricot closing ceremony, so that we don't have confusion on when we start and leave. How do you want to just meet at 4:20? Is that okay? Okay, so we'll try to do it at 3:50. If we don't have results by 3:50, we'll come back at 4:20. That's it. So we have either, well, almost an hour to catch up and talk, and there are sessions ongoing across in the other hall, so you can go and probably join them. I think it's lightning talks in that room right now, so it is pretty interesting. Thank you. Suspended for the next half an hour.
Should reduce by one session.
I'm sorry?
We should reduce the AGM by AMM by one session rather than starting in the morning.
election chair is ready to come and share the election results. So we'll just go ahead with it. Can I request everybody to be here and be seated? Couple of minutes. Okay. Okay. Yep, we can go ahead with it now.
Okay. Finally, I got the result, and I'm happy to say the results are here with me. And, okay.
I didn't say we can test.
And I have to say that no disputes have been brought up so far. And I would like to call on one of the scrutineers to make a comment on the vote count process before I announce the results.
Ingrid is.
Hi, Ingrid, one of the scrutineers. Process went exactly according to process, very accurately and very correctly.
Thank you. Thank you, Ingrid. Okay. So envelope has a seal here, and I will open. Okay, here is the result. Total valid paper ballots, 349, and total invalid paper ballots, 0. So total paper ballots counted, 349, and total on-site votes, 4,987. Total online votes, 4,393. So total votes counted 9,380. 9,380. So total, I'll tell you, total vote count for each nominee is a combined of 9 and on-site votes. Yedong Chang got 2,298, 2298. Gaurav 2,202, 2202. And Yoshinobu Matsuzaki, 1,934, 1934. And Kenny Huang, 1,456, 1456. Pan Kai, 1,345, 1345. Justin, 145, 145. So total votes counted 9,380. So it's correct.
Thank you,
That's
BK.
it. Yeah.
There's something on the back.
So the nominees who are successfully elected into the APNIC Executive Council are Wedong Chang, Gaurav Raji Upahaya, Yoshinobu Matsuzaki, Kenny Huang. So 4 people. Congratulations to the successful nominees. So I'll now hand the results to the APNIC Executive Council Chair, Gaurav. To all the nominees, thank you very much for your running for the election. Thank you.
Thank you, BK. Craig, you need to come and get this from me. Thank you, BK. Thank you, the election officers, the tellers, and the scrutiners, and all the folks who participated and voted in the elections. Personally, thank you, everyone, for voting for me as well. Now we go into the last part of it. I would also thank our 2 outgoing members of the EC. Big thanks to both Izumi and Jessica for your service on the EC. As you probably realize, we have the youngest attendee at Apricot, and Izumi brought her daughter here, so she's a bit busy with the baby. But a big applause to Izumi and Jessica, please. Thank you. Also, welcome to the new EC member, Mr. Chang. He's somewhere. And Maj, who is behind there. Okay, I think I can see Philip is getting a bit antsy. He needs the space. A few things to say at the closing of this AGM. This is the 47th AGM. We know that there is 48 and 49 and 50 and so on and so forth. We think it's going. But there are a few things we talked about this week. I think after a long time, I actually engaged quite a bit of RPKI and other operational discussions at this Apricot and APNIC meeting. And I was very happy that the discussions were happening. And as we discussed earlier, I think it is very important for the registry, which is APNIC, to continue working on it. And we need the feedback from our members and the community on what we need to do to make those functions easier to use and for them to adopt. I would not say this, but for many years we've been saying V6, but I think for the next couple of meetings we probably will hear a lot more about RPKI. Doesn't mean that V6 is not important. Yodi, don't get angry with me. V6 is very important. We have, I think Jeff and the APNIC labs with George have been doing a good job of publishing the APNIC V6 stats. It is a big priority for us to monitor that. We've seen massive amount of improvements in the region on V6 acceptance and deployment. And I think as we near the end of supply for V4 addresses, we'll see more and more of that uptick. If you think that there are ways that we can help you with that, with services or products or just even different kind of analysis of the data, then do talk to the product team that has been waving their flag quite a bit this week. Adam, George, Sophia. Sophia is gone, I think. Adam is there. George is somewhere around here. I think it was somewhere around this side. Oh, he's gone. So talk to them. And, you know, there is a lot of data and statistics that are out there, and we're happy to always bring that out for you. Those were the two things, and the usual one that I've been repeating for the last 2 meetings, more participation in the public policy discussion. And as we discussed earlier, I think I will start calling it registry and address policy rather than only address policy. And I think we continue to add to that and have more engagement. And that engagement has to be from the newer generation, you know, our engineers and everyone who operate the networks. So I think that will continue to be our focus. Let's continue working on it. And at the end, I would thank all the staff, if they could all stand up. APNIC staff, if you could all just stand up wherever you are, including Paul. So thank you to the APNIC staff. Can I also ask all our SIG chairs, ASO members, NC members, RC members to just stand up wherever they are? SIG chairs, all our SIG chairs, Co-op SIG, NIR SIG, Policy SIG chairs, could you just please stand up? Vikram. Vikram. Thank you for your support in the community. And obviously, it takes a lot of work to put this meeting together. And with Apricot, we always do a joint meeting. So thank you to the Apricot board members and the Apricot staff, especially Philip and his team. Big thank you to Kirsty and the team who helped to put this meeting together. Also a big wave out to everyone who has already left and were here earlier in the week. This was also a joint or back-to-back meeting with APAN, so also thank you to that, to the community. And we'll see you in Chiang Mai in September for APNIC 48. And I declare this APNIC General Meeting for APNIC 47 officially closed. We will have a 20-minute break, a coffee break, and then the Apricot closing ceremony will start at 4:30. 4:30, right? Thank you very much.